We knew Arctic frost was big. We knew that JoJo, if he even knew, and the auto pen, who knows, he probably didn't know, that people were weaponizing his DOJ and his FBI to go after folks like me, you, Steve Bannon, Trump, Republicans. Now there's more proof. Fill us in.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. As with most of these investigations we do, the one thing we get wrong is it's always worse than we thought. And this was much more expansive, more broad, more pervasive, more obnoxious than we originally thought. It wasn't just 8 United States senators that they got the phone records of. It wasn't just a current sitting member of Congress, Scott Perry, who they took his phone from. It was much bigger than that. As you pointed out, hundreds of subpoenas going after all kinds of people, subpoenas for communications, bank. They got Dan, they got the bank records of Dan Scavino. Dan Scavino was an advisor to the president, handled all his social media accounts. Why do you go get his bank records, for goodness sake? That makes no sense. They went after Mark Meadows. There's an email in there where it looks like it's a source talking to an FBI agent, where it says Mark Meadows, the chief of staff to the president of the United States, was engaged in treasonous activity. The most ridiculous things I've ever seen. So this is how bad it was. And this is why we want to talk to Jack Smith. We've talked to 2 of his deputies, Mr. Bratt and Mr. Wyndham. Both of them took the fifth, 71 and 73 times respectively. They took the fifth to questions like, was this political? Were you going after President Trump for political reasons? Take the fifth. How about how many other people did you surveil in addition to the 8 United States senators? Took the fifth. So now we want to talk to Jack Smith and find out everything we can about how ridiculous this entire investigation was.
Okay, now, so that, of course, was in the quote, overturning of the election, because that's what they're saying these people were involved with. They were trying to overturn the election. Now, fast forward, January 6th occurs, yada, yada, yada. They made a select committee. Yeah. Let's talk about that. And the letters now that prove that the unselect committee that was very partisan, even though there were Republicans on it, disgraced Republicans, it shows they were working. Can you explain to me and my viewers how an independent counsel is supposed to work? Are you guys supposed to be hand in hand feeding him information like the J6 committee was?
No, but that's what happened. They turned over the actual transcripts. Who knows what else they gave to Jack Smith. I mean, again, remember, this is the same Jack Smith who got the gag order imposed on President Trump. This is the same Jack Smith in the other part of the special counsel investigation, the classified records. This is the same Jack Smith who raided President Trump's home. This is the same Jack Smith whose team pressured and looks like what some may call a bribe, a defendant's lawyer, when they said to Stanley Woodward, we thought you were interested in this judge position. We didn't know you were a Trump guy. He's the lawyer for one of the defendants that they're going after. This is the same Jack Smith whose deputies wouldn't answer our questions. This is the same Jack Smith who spied on 8 United States senators. This is the same Jack Smith whose deputies, prior to becoming part of the special counsel team, were working on Arctic frost and took the phone of Scott Perry, a sitting member of Congress. This is all that took place, and now we learn it was even bigger than all that.
And now Jack Smith's going to be probed, Jim, or at least I hope he is.
Well, we've already sent a letter to his counsel saying we want to talk to him, and we want him to come in a deposition. We want to get the information from him. We want to ask him some of the same questions his deputies would not answer. We want to ask him questions about the new information we've uncovered. So we hope that's going to happen soon. As soon as we get this government open, we can get back to doing that kind of work.
And we'll get on that one next then. I had some other ones for you, but let's go to the closure. Senate Democrats, 13 votes. They still can't reopen it, even with 3 or 4 Democrats coming over to side with Republicans even. They still can't get it done. The Schumer shutdown lingers on, Jim.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully common sense will prevail at some point. I mean, I've said all along for, 4 weeks now that this is really a debate between Chuck Schumer and Chuck Schumer, because he voted for the bill. He voted for the bill 6 months ago. It's the same darn bill, same spending levels that everyone agreed to back then. And he said, no, I'm not going to do it because I believe, this has been talked about a lot, but I think it's just the truth. I think the hard left has control of that party, and he's nervous about the radical left that now controls the Democrat Party and potentially getting a primary in a couple years when he would be running for re-election. So I think that's what's driving this, and makes no sense to me. I don't think it makes any sense to the American people, as evidenced by some of the polling that's been, I saw this clip, some polling that says it's not the society that we're standing firm, we're in the common sense position, and Americans understand that.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.